Now, so the lesson today is going to be quite not I wouldn't say it's easy, but it's going to be a bit. Some of the questions are going to be quite challenging, and we may take more than 1 hour to finish. Okay, more than 1 hour. So we try to complete latest by 9:15. Okay, by 9:15 the latest. Okay, come. Let's Okay, Jiala is here already. Okay, let me just give you the answer first. Okay, then if answer is correct, then we will still go through. So question one, the answer is two. All right, two. So which of the following is 700 and 3012? So if you don't know what the number is, because it's a very big number. Now remember, in primary three, primary four, and primary five, I told them, okay, I told the students that you cannot write like that. All right, if you write like that, then what will happen? Your numbers don't become big and they become small. All right, so your numbers are supposed to become smaller and smaller when you write. So this number is small, then getting bigger and then smaller. So that is the wrong way of writing. So what is the correct way to write the numeral? Now, do you see the word n? 700 n. So you lump these two together. 700 and 3000. So it's supposed to be written like this. Okay? All right? And then 12. That's how you write. So the numbers are getting smaller and smaller. Then you plus them together, right? Plus them together, and that's how you get your answer number two. Got it? So otherwise, I think this is a question that most of us should be able to get the answer quickly. But if you don't know, then what do? Then you just break up into numerals one by one. Okay? All right. Now, next one. Any mistake that you see Mr. Ong make, if you see me make a careless mistake or there's a mistake somewhere, please tell me. Okay, because I may make mistakes. Okay, but very rare. Okay, so how do you round this to two decimal place? The answer is number three. So you will need to draw a line to show how a two decimal place look like this. Okay, then look at the digit nearest the line and you round up because it's 5 or bigger. So 5 or bigger, you round up, then what do you get? 4.20. Okay, that is your two decimal place, right? Okay, next one. Everybody has your papers with you. If you haven't done, just use a green pen to write down. Okay, Ruel, don't. Okay, Miss Long can't see you already. All right, make sure your face are very obvious in the camera. Okay, number three. The answer is number two for question three. Now, when you have square boxes, there is a reason for the square boxes. You are not actually supposed to look at the lines and then assume that they are perpendicular. Like some of you I think you recognize that these two lines are perpendicular, right? Which is correct. But how do you prove it? How do you prove it that it's actually correct? Now, you have to count the squares. For those of you who are in my lesson on how to count the squares, how long is this line? So from here to this corner, you count the squares. Go left one side, go up three. So this line, red color line, is 1 by 3. 1 by 3 or 3 by 1. Okay? Now do the same thing and see whether do you have the same length as well. So from here you go up 1 and you go right 3. And guess what? The blue line, all right, the blue line actually passes through the red dots. Okay, the blue line. So which means that these two red color lines, they are actually perpendicular. So that's how you prove that your AF is perpendicular to FE. All right? Not by using your eyes to assume that they look perpendicular. You actually have to count the squares to see how whether they are perpendicular or not. Okay, so let's not go through one more time. How do you count the squares? For example, this is how long? You go up 1, you go right 3. So that will be 1 by 3. Same. So if they are the same, then they are perpendicular. Okay? All right, let's go to the next one. All right, any questions? If you have any questions about how you do this question three, later you stay back after the lesson. Okay, then we go through. Okay, question number four. Okay, question number four, the answer is number one. Okay, and some of you try to make the denominator to be the same, but quite hard, right? Quite hard to make the denominator the same. Then there is a shortcut. Okay, what's a shortcut? In primary three, you also learn how to make the numerator the same. Have you done that? Make the numerator the same, not just the denominator the same. So what is the common numerator? What numerator can we change them into? Then you look at your multiples. Look at all the numerators and you find the common multiple. Okay, look at the bigger number and 12. 12 cannot divide by 5. Go to the next one. 18 cannot divide by 5. Go to next one. Cannot divide by 5. Go to next one. 30 can divide by 5. 30 can divide by 3. 30 can divide by 2. So this is your common numerator that you are going to change into. Can see that? So, so you don't have to make the denominator the same to compare. You can also make the numerator the same to compare. So 2 times 15, 3 times 15, 3 times 10, 5 times 10, 5 times 6, 9 times 6, 6 times 5, 11 times 5. Then you tell me, Stone, how to know which is the largest. Then I'm going to bring you back to primary 3. Okay, primary 3, for example, if I have 1 over 8, 1 over 4, 1 over 3, 1 over 2. Okay, so you tell me which is the largest fraction. Well, you look at the one with the smallest denominator. That is the largest fraction, right? Then you go back to here. Look for the smallest denominator. So where is the smallest denominator? Isn't this the smallest denominator? So that will be your largest fraction. So that's your answer number one. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Understand? Okay, so you make the numerator the same, and then how do you know which is the largest fraction? You look for the smallest denominator. Okay, the smallest denominator will be the largest fraction, and the biggest denominator will be the smallest fraction. Okay? All right, so this one you may have to memorize how to recognize which is the largest and smallest. Okay, so lesson here, if you cannot make the denominator the same, you can also make the numerator the same. Okay, let's go to the next one. Question 5, the answer is number 2. All right, so a machine can fill 45 bottles in 2 minutes. So you put 2 minutes, arrow sign, 45 bottles. Okay, how many bottles can the machine fill in 1 hour? So you can change it to 60 minutes. So that will be how many bottles? And you can see there's a problem because how to find 1 minute, right? No calculator. 45 cannot divide by 2. So you will have to do the jumping, the shortcut. So how to jump? 2 times what equals 60? Or 60 divided by 2, you get 30. So 2 times 30 equals 60. Then the other side, you also follow the same. 45 times 30, so you take 45 times 3, you will get 135. Okay, 135, 0. Put the 0 behind. Okay, so 45 times 30 is 1350 bottles. So answer number 2. All right, so there's a method here which is called the jumping method. Why do we do that? Because you cannot divide by 2. You cannot find 1 minute. A bit hard. So if it's a bit hard, then you jump to get the answer faster. Okay, let's go to question number 6. Number 6, your answer will be number 1. Okay, so how many figures have exactly? Exactly. Well, if you look at the square, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So square is out. How about parallelogram? Now, parallelogram has no line of symmetry. You cannot cut like that. You cut like that, what happened? Mr. Song can't really show you, but later on, you cut out this parallelogram, you cut this shape out, then you try to fold it and see whether does it fit nicely, all right, on one side. So this parallelogram has no line of symmetry. No matter how you cut it, you cut like that, also cannot. All right, it's not symmetric. So parallelogram has no lines of symmetry. Circle has infinite. Infinite means unlimited. Many. Okay, many lines of symmetry. And rectangle has only 2 lines of symmetry. Okay, so your answer should be 1. Only one figure has 2 lines of symmetry, which is the rectangle. Okay, Bailey, understand, Bailey? Okay, all right. Now, next one, question 7. Your answer is number 2. And how do you get? There are 40 students in the class. 16 of them are Chinese. The rest are Malays. So you take 40, you minus 16, you will get 24 Malays. What is the ratio of Malay to the total? All right, now, when you do ratio, it is important that you label everybody, label all the races, and your ratio has a total. So when you do ratio, make sure you have everybody, Chinese, Malay, and also total. So the total is 40, then 16, and 24. Okay, then get the simplest form. Divide by 8. Don't divide by 2 because it's too slow. Divide by 8, 24 divided by 8, 40 divided by 8. So what's the ratio of the Malay to the total? So 3 is to 5. Answer number 2. Okay, when you do ratio, remember your ratio must have everybody inside, everybody, and must have the total also. Okay, let's go to number eight. Number eight, the answer is number three. Okay, number three. All right. The figure show 8-point compass. Judy was facing northwest after she had turned 135 degree clockwise. So you should break up the 135 degrees into 90 and 45. And the clockwise, because you are working backwards, how do you know you are working backwards? Because what direction was she facing at first? Then you must go backwards. So clockwise become anti-clockwise. All right. Okay, so you start from northwest, you go backwards anti-clockwise 90 and 45. So where was she facing at first? Uh, how come I put the answer wrongly? Hang on for a while first. Where was she facing? Oh, so clockwise, right? Nothing wrong, right? So you go back for 90, go back 45. So she's facing south at first, right? Am I correct? Yeah. How come did I put number three? So the answer is number two. Is it correct? Number two? Yeah, number two. Why did I put number three? Let me have a look. Yeah, I think Miss Tang wrote something wrongly. So it's supposed to be number two. Number two. Okay, so now your answer should be correct already. Okay, let's go to number nine. Okay, question nine. Now, the figure is made of identical square. What percentage of the figure is shaded? Shortcut. I hope you by now you know that you can change the percentage to fraction. So what fraction of the entire figure? So the entire figure got how many triangles? So if you count all the triangles, there are 25 triangles. And how many triangles are shaded? You can count the shaded triangles, 15. All right, so this is a shortcut. All right, oh, by the way, what's the answer? Let me give you the answer first. 4. Okay, the answer is 4. So once you got your fraction already, then you make the denominator 100, right? 25 times 4, and then 15 times 4. So that will be 60%. Right? So your answer is number 4. Okay, good.
Wait,
Okay,
teacher, but the question it isn't it east because
is
they say it's clockwise. Then
clockwise,
isn't
so
it
we turn
anti-clockwise if you go
anti.
like that? Isn't
Uh,
it anti-clockwise?
uh, okay, wait, let me do this again, question eight, let me do again, Okay, so the figure show 8-point compass. Judy was facing northwest in the end. So your northwest in the end is here, in the end, after she had turned 135 degrees clockwise. So you have to go backwards. So when you
Oh,
go Uh,
okay, I know.
so yeah, clockwise go backwards become anti-clockwise, right? Okay, let me finish it. So anti-clockwise, backwards 90 plus another 45. Yeah, south. So nothing wrong. Okay, so answer number two. Yeah, but it's good. All right. If you see mistake, please tell me, because Mr. Sometime Mr. may make some careless mistake, Okay, let's go to question number 10. Okay, those of you who have done speed problem, all right, speed problem, you must know how to do this. This is a simple question. Ming Fa took 20 minutes, which is time. Okay, and those who haven't learned, never mind. You just try to follow. The average speed was 66 kilometer per hour, letter S. What's the distance between the two cities? So you have to find distance and the triangle that you must always write down. Okay, so to find distance, you look at the triangle is equal to speed multiply by time. Okay, those of you who learned in my lesson already, you should see something. You should realize that not the same. And you should have changed the what? Change the minutes into hour. So why do you change into hour? Because you follow what is in the speed. Whatever that's in the speed, right? The kilometer per hour, you follow what is given in the speed. Okay, because there's no calculator, so you will need to simplest form. Remember, Miss told you today you came for lesson. I told you that if you can use calculator, don't simplest. All right, don't simplify. But because no calculator, you will have to simplest form, divide by 20, all right, to get 1/3. And why must you simplify? Because then you can cancel. So 3 divided by 3, 66 divided by 3, right? And if you cannot cancel already, multiply. So 22 times 1 and 1 times 1. So what's the distance? The distance is 22 km. So answer number 1. Do you get number 1 for those of you who gone through my lesson already? Yep. And don't use calculator, cannot use calculator for this. Okay, for those who haven't learned speed, never mind. Just Just follow along, okay? Okay, question 11, the answer is what? The answer is number 2. Okay, the average mass of a group of 3 boys is 38 kg. Henry, whose mass is 42, joined the group. What's the average mass of the new group? Now, I will show you, if you don't know how to do, you draw a model. All right, especially for some of you, you don't know how to do, right? Draw a rectangle, cut 3 boxes, 3 boys. Average means everybody the same. Okay, when Henry joins the group, that will be how many boys already? That will be 4 boys. All right? And he joins the group, the total must increase by 42 kg, right? The total will increase by 42 kg. So what's the new average? What's the average of the new group? Very simple. You look at the model, can do already. You just find the new total, right? So 38 times 3, right? And then after that, plus 42 and you get the new total, which is 156. Then you divide by 4 to get the new average. So what's the average of the new group? 39 kg. Understand? So if you don't know how to do, then you draw this model. All right? So average problem can have model drawing. Okay, question number 12. Fractions, definitely model. All right, now this one will be hard. It's going to be hard like, if I don't draw model, I don't know how to do. So let's draw. There were some children. 1/3 is talking about the boys, okay, and 1/4 is talking about the girls, and 3/8 is talking about the children. Are all the fractions talking about the same thing? No. So you cannot make the denominator the same, right? So what fraction of the children went for the right? Okay, now I'm going to show you that you can make this very easy by drawing the model. And how do you draw? First sentence, cannot draw, don't draw. Go to the next sentence. 1/3 of the boys, 3 boxes. Am I correct? And 1/3 went for a ride. So let's put a tick there. Tick there means they go riding. Put a cross means they never go for the ride. Okay? So 1/4 of the girls went for the ride. So let's draw, I don't know, let's draw a bit longer, or it could be shorter than the boys. We don't know who has more, right? So let's draw longer and draw 4 boxes, for example. And then 1/4 of the girls went for the ride, and the rest never go for the ride. So I draw the second sentence already, right? 3/8 of the children went for the ride were girls. Now, how are you going to put this onto your model? Then you tell me, Stone, don't know how to do, right? How do you add to the model? You need to understand how to break up the fraction. The children got 8. All right. What children? The children who went for the ride is 8 units. Okay, one more time. The children who went for the ride is 8 units. 3 units of them were girls. Can you put in your model already? But do you know how to put? 3 units for girls. Okay, look at what I'm doing. And the children who went for the ride, where are the children who went for the ride? Those with the ticks. Okay, those with the ticks. So those children who went for the ride is 8 units. If there are 3 units who are girls, then the boys must be 5 units. Can you see what I'm doing? And then what do you do next? Every box must be same. Then the girls, every box must also be the same. Then can you find what fraction of the children? So the boys got how many? 15 units. And the children got the girls got how many units? The girls got 12 units. So how many children altogether? 27 units. So what fraction of the children went for the ride? So 5 plus 3. Wow. Did I do any step? So you draw the model and that's what you get. That's what you get, right? But if you don't draw the model, it's going to be very hard to think, to solve. Even Mr. also don't know how to do without the model, right? Okay, but because you're P6, when you come to paper 2, the 4 marks, the 4 marks and the 5 marks don't draw model because it will get very hard. So there'll be other ways to solve, all right? But otherwise, paper 1, draw model. It's only 2 marks only. All right. Paper 2, 3 marks also can draw model, right? Maybe. But the 4 marks you can maybe don't draw because it's getting harder to draw already. So are you clear on how you get answer 2?
Teacher, how you get 5 units?
How you get 5 units? Oh, 3/8 of the children who went for the ride. So what is the fraction talking about? Remember, the fraction is talking about the children who went for the ride. So the children who went for the ride is how many? 8 units. So if the children who went for the ride is 8 units, then 3 units are girls. See? So 3 units are girls, right? Then the boys must be 5 units who went for the ride. See, you just have to follow what the question says and then just do what the question says lah. Okay, don't go and do something different. Oh. Okay. All right. Question 13. Now, question 13, your answer will be number 3. Okay, copy down already? Miss Nana, copy first. Once you're done, you can give a thumbs up. Okay, so let's go to question 13. Answer number 3. Now, for pie chart, you can see percentage. So the entire pie use percentage to solve. So the whole pie chart is 100%. Right angle means 25%. Can you find B got how many percent? You take 100% minus 35, minus 25, minus 25. I think B is 15%, right? So if he spent $30 more on D than C, so D is here, C is here, how many percent more? 10% more. Agree? 35 minus 25 is 10% more, and 10% more is also $30 more. Then you find 1%. Okay, that will be $3. So can you find how much is spent on item B? Item B is 15%, 15 times 3, $45. Okay, so Bailing, do you get the answer correct for Bailing? Okay, all right, let's go on to the next one. Okay, Charlene, okay, Charlene? Okay. Now, if you haven't learned the pie chart, never mind. Just follow, okay? Just follow, speed, just follow. Later on, when you learn, then you will have a better understanding. Okay, now, question 14, you may think it looks hard, or you haven't seen this kind of question before, but not hard because you can split the figure into regular shapes, into cuboids. And then can you find the volume of the figure? So how do you do that? Well, let's look at this one. Okay, can we all look at this one? This particular solid. And what's the length? The length is 5. And then what's here? You take 10 minus 6. You will get 10 minus 6, you will get 4. Okay, so this is 4. Okay. All right. So so what's the volume of this red color solid? So 4 times 5 times 6, you will get 120. So lesson here is to split. Okay, do split. All right, split out the figure into separate solids. And then what's the volume of this other solid? So you have 10. You have 10 minus 6. Oh, sorry, this is 6, 6, still 6. And then what else? Okay, I'm going to erase the lines because it gets a bit hard to see when you draw the lines. Okay, let me just erase the line. Okay, and I just want to see this line. Okay. So this is 6. Okay, 6. And then 5 minus 2, this is 3. Okay, try to follow me. Make sure you know how to get the numbers. 5, look at the lines that are parallel. 5 minus 2, you get 3. And the height is still 6. And how do you get 6? Because you have 10 minus 4 lah. You get 6 lah. Same. All right, same. Okay, so the length is 6. Okay, once you got all these numbers already, then you can do what? You can start to find the volume. So 6 times 6 times 3. And what do you get? All right, so let's do that. 6 times 6 times 3, you will get 108, and then you will get 228. So your answer is number 1, which I forgot to give you the answer. So answer number 1. Clear so far? Easy? All right, so I'm going to erase all this thing. Okay, erase all this thing. All right, and just go through quickly. So what you have to do, if you see this kind of question, you just have to split it. Okay, split it into 2 separate figures, and then what do you do? Then go and put numbers. Go and put numbers on the figures. All right. Okay, let's go to the next one. Question number 15. All right, number 15, your answer will be number 4. This is a bit hard already. Okay, how do we do that? The figure is made of 4 squares, made of a square and 4 identical semicircle. The perimeter of the figure is 16 pi. So what's the perimeter of the square? Wow. Now, if you don't know how to do, you can do simple steps like what? First of all, you must understand what is the perimeter of the figure. This is the perimeter of the figure. So if you don't know what is the perimeter, then you can't do. So all the semicircles are identical. You should have taken 16 pi divided by 4. This is important. You never do that, okay, then maybe you'll get stuck. So the circumference of a semicircle is 4 pi. Okay? All right? But how do you find the square? How do you find the perimeter of the square? You must know the side of the square, which is also the diameter. So how do you find the diameter? Okay, how do you find? Now, then what do you do? Okay, do you see that you can write down the formula? Pi d. Okay, we're going to join two semicircles together. So if you join two semicircles together, what will happen? It becomes a circle, right? So yeah, pi d is equal to 4 pi plus 4 pi equal 8 pi. Now this can get a little hard lah. So you add the two semicircles together, become a circle. And what's the formula to find a circle? Pi d. Then pi d is equal to 8 pi, right? How do you know it's 8 pi? Because you take 4 pi plus 4 pi become circumference of a circle already. Okay, then how do you find diameter? This is the shortcut. You just have to cancel the pi, cancel the pi. So divide by pi. So pi d divided by pi become don't have already. And 8 pi divided by pi also don't have already. So what do you get? D equal 8. Diameter is equal to 8. So if diameter is equal to 8, then can you find what is the perimeter of the square, which is 8 times 4. 8 times 4. So the perimeter of the square is 32. Okay. Oops, Miss Wan put the answer wrongly. Answer number 3. So it's 8 times 4. Perimeter of the square. Okay, 8 times 8 is to find area of the square. We don't want that. We want perimeter. So 32 cm. Okay, Shirley, have you done circles already? So do you get the answer correct for this one? This is a bit hard, huh? Okay, so you get it correct. Okay, make sure there's no lucky guess, huh? Lucky guess is counted as also don't know how to do. Okay, the rest of you understand? The rest of you? Okay, do you need me to explain? If you need me to explain, I will do again. All right. If not, we can wait until the end of the lesson to do again. All right. Okay. Now let's go to booklet B. All right. Now this booklet B onwards, you will see quite a lot of questions which are a little not so easy. Okay. The first one, question 16. Your answer is 19. Okay. So how to get 19? Write everything. Must write everything. 20 minus 4 plus 2. Remember to put the arrow sign. The arrow sign shows you what to do first, right? So 4 plus 2. Put the answer below the pointer. There's a pointer. And then continue to write everything. Then you have then arrow sign again to do what to do first. So you have 20 minus 6, then plus 5. So you can see that I write everything. I write everything in one statement. Then what do you do now? The minus. So you put the arrow sign again. You have 14, then plus 5, and you get 19. All right? Okay, by now everybody should get this correct. Okay, let's go to number 17. Number 17, some of you may have forgotten how to get the answer, but you must try to remember when you see percentage, you always think about fraction. Okay, always think about fraction. Can you change the decimal into a fraction, which is 1 and 7 over 10, right? And then how to get your percentage? You convert the mixed number into an improper fraction so that you can make the denominator 100. And then 10 times 10, 17 times 10. And that's how you get 170%. So lesson here, always remember to think about fractions. When you do percentage, you think about fractions. So your decimal, you change to fraction and then use a fraction to get your percentage. Okay? So it's like the bridge. The fraction is like the bridge from decimal to percentage. Okay? All right? Okay, let's go on to the next one. Question 18. So how many cubes are there? The answer is 18 cubes. All right, how do you count? There is a shortcut to count. You should know also. 3, 3, 3, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1. Okay, that's how you count super fast. 3, 6, 9, 11, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, right. All right, let's go on to the next one. Clear so far? Okay, question 19. What's the answer? The answer will be 32 degrees. Okay, how you get 32 degrees? Okay, now, when you see two lines, two straight lines, look for x. Okay, when two lines cross each other, there is a letter X. So this is 100, then this angle must also be 100. So which means that 100 minus 68, that's how you get 32 degrees. Okay? All right, let's go to the next one. Okay, question number 20. What's the perimeter of the quarter circle? Okay, I think somebody may make a mistake. Hopefully nobody. Now, 25 cm. Anyone got this wrong? Okay, perimeter means what? Okay, Ruel, then I think you may I think you may have fallen into a trap. You need to find the circumference of the quadrant. So you take 1/4 times pi d, right? So 1/4 times pi fraction, and your diameter is
I forgot to add the 2
Exa
second.
exactly. Okay. Anyway, what's the diameter of this quadrant? The radius the quadrant has no diameter. What you see is called the radius. So you just have to take the radius times 2 to get 14. All right. No calculator, so you will need to cancel. Divide by 2, divide by 2. 7 divided by 7, 14 divided by 7. Then cancel again, 2 divided by 2, and 2 divided by 2. All right, once you cannot cancel, and how do you know cannot cancel already? When the denominator, they all become 1. Then you cannot cancel already. All right, then you multiply. So 1 times 11 times 1, that'll be 11. 1 times 1 times 1, and your circumference is 11 cm. Please don't put that as the answer because it's only the circumference. You need to add the straight lines. So 11 plus 7 plus 7, that will be 25. Okay, got it? All right, too easy to get the answer. This is only 1 mark only, okay? So, okay, let's go on to the next one. From here, it's going to be a little time consuming already. Okay, the questions get a bit more complex, so it may take some time. Okay, how many blocks of A are needed to balance 2 blocks of C? Is this a math question? Yes, this is a math question. It tests your logical understanding. 1 block of C is 3Bs. Oh, by the way, what's the answer first? You need 9A. Do you get 9 correct? Okay, how to get 9? You want 2 blocks of C. Then you just 2 blocks of C, lor, which is how many? Jump, jump. Times 2, times 2. You get 6Bs. All right? Okay. So how many blocks of A are needed to balance 2 blocks of C, which is also same as 6 blocks of B, right? Okay, then you go to this one. Okay, go to this one and see. 2 blocks of B, 2 blocks of B is 3A. Okay, am I correct? 3A is the same as 2 blocks of B. Then what do? You can jump, 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 times 3, and then you times 3. So 3 times 3, 9As. And that's how you get 9As. Got it? Right? So Beiling, do you get the answer correct, Beiling? Okay, so try to understand, try to know how to do because not easy. Okay, may have to think a bit. Okay, question 22. How do you find the shaded area? Now, to find the shaded area, please don't find the entire figure. Then you take away the unshaded parts, which is quite hard to find the unshaded parts. You actually draw a rectangle like this. See? Then when you form a rectangle, what happens? You can see some triangles and you go and take out those triangles, those unshaded triangles. Okay, so what's the area of the whole rectangle, the red rectangle? So you have 5. So put your numbers onto the diagram. 5 cm, 4 cm, right? This is 4 cm, 1 cm. Okay, go and put numbers, all right? Or maybe let me just put here 2 cm, 2 cm. So that it's easier for me to find the triangle area. Okay, so what's the method? Takeaway method. So what's the area of the rectangle? 5 times 4, 20. Oh, by the way, what's the answer? Let me give you the answer first. 9 centimeters square. Okay. All right. So how to get 9 centimeters square? Find the entire rectangle, which is 5 times 4. And then what's the area of this triangle? Half times base times height, which is 2. Okay. What's the area of this other triangle? Half times base times height, which is 5. Okay. What's the other triangle here? Half times 4 times 2, which is 4. Then you add up all the unshaded triangles, you will get 11. Then take away method, take the rectangle minus the unshaded triangle. That's how you get 9 cm square. Okay, primary 5, you learned that already, P5. You saw something like this. Aubrey, got mistake, Aubrey? No mistake? Okay. Okay, let's move on to next one. Question number, anyone needs to copy down? If you need to copy down, then you give a thumbs up. Or if you copy already, give a thumbs up. Okay, I'm gonna move up already, Okay, move up already. Okay, now this one. Okay, then you tell me, Stan, how to do this again. Model drawing. When do I draw model? When you see fractions. All right, because it's gonna be quite hard if you don't do any model drawing. So if Mr. really don't know how to do this question, if I don't draw model, so I will have to draw lah. Okay, so how to draw? Tim had equal number of red and blue. So I will draw the first sentence. Right? And then go to next one. He gave 51 red and 27 blue to John. So let's cut here. 51. Give to who? Give to John. Okay. And then cut here. This is 27. Also give to John. Okay. Just follow what the sentence say and then just draw lah. Okay, nothing hard lah. Just follow and draw. He gave the rest to Hiram. Okay, so the rest. This is the rest of the stickers, right? Hiram. Okay, Hiram. Okay, and then continue to draw the next sentence. Hiram had 2/5. Oh, please know how to break up this fraction, because if you don't know how to break up, then you are stuck already. Numerator points to the red, denominators point to the blue. Hiram has 2 units as many red as blue. Oh, can do already? When you draw the model like that, do you think you can find how many stickers Tim give to Hiram? So Tim give how many to Hiram? So you have to add these 2 question marks together to get the answer. Done, finish. So how do we look at the model to solve it? Okay, you compare the units. Can you find how many more units? Isn't that 3 more units? 3 more units is equal to how many more? Then you compare the numbers. Do you see the whole numbers? And so how many more is that? 51 minus 27, you get 24. Okay, by the way, if you don't understand why like that, then I show you something. Okay, I'm going to show you dotted line. This is 3 units more. Okay, then this is 24 more. So now can you understand why 3 unit is equal to 24? Right? Then you find 1 unit, 8. Then can you find how many units given to Hiram? So 2 plus 5, that will be 7 unit. 8 times 7, 56. Oh, I didn't give the answer. So the answer is 56. Do you get 56 correct? Nobody. Anyone get 56? Only 1 person. Then the rest, okay, a few people. Okay, so if you never use a model to get the answer, I think not bad. Okay, not bad, because Mr. Tong don't know how to get the answer without the model. Must think without the model, which is Mr. Tong doesn't like to think too much. Okay, let's go to the next one. Question number 24. Question number 24. Now, a tank with a square base. Square base means all the sides are equal, has a volume of 16 liter. So the height of the tank is 40. What's the length of the square base? Now, you don't know how to do, you write your formula. This is your length, this is your breadth. So length times breadth times height equal volume. And be careful with the what? Those of you in my class, do you see the units are not the same? You need to change the liters into cm cube. Okay, very important. If you don't change it, you will have wrong answers. Okay, then you can work backwards. 16,000 and then divide by 40. So cancel 1 0, cancel 1 0. 16 divided by 4, 4. There are 2 zeros, just put 2 zeros behind. So that will be 400. Okay, and then what times what equal 400? And do you realize that it's a square? Square means all the sides are equal. Then you must do some guess and check. 10 times 10, 20 times 20. So you must do some guess and check. So one side of the square is 20 cm. So what's the length of the square base, which is 20? Okay. Okay, got it, understand? Billing, right? So you need to write your formula. So please write your formula. Only when you write your formula, then you will know how to do. So you will know that you need to work backwards. Okay, work backwards to get what is length times breadth. Okay, and then once you get 400, then what do? Then you must guess and check. What times what equals square, right? What times what equal to the square base. Okay, let's go to question 25. Okay, question 25, eyes open big, ears open big. This is the one. And okay, so I think if you get the answer correct, it means that you have learned already. So the answer is 1 and 7/8 days. Anyone get it correct? Nobody, right? Only Joshua. So Joshua, you have learned this before, saw this before. Okay, then the rest of you must not have not seen it before. But those in my class, you have seen it before. Why still get it wrong? Okay, now, when do you see it in P5? Okay, P5 you saw that. Under what topic? Under P5 topic called rates. Okay, rates. Okay, Alex can paint a room in 3 days. So everybody take note, just do a simple drawing. Next time you don't have to draw already. So this is a room, which is a rectangle. He take 3 days to paint the room. Very easy. Cut the room into 3 boxes or 3 parts. So one day, how much of the room is painted? 1/3. Another day will be 1/3. Another day will be 1/3. Simple. So if you take 3 days to paint the room, you cut the room into 3 parts. And if Bernard can paint the same room in 5 days, then how many parts do you think you should cut? You cut it into 5 parts, 5 days. So one day will be how much of the room painted? 1/5, 1/5. So every day, Bernard painted 1/5 separately. Okay, they painted separately. Now, what happened if you ask them to paint together the same room? What do you think you should do? So together in one day, how much will they paint together? Then you should take 1/3 plus 1/5, right? They will paint more, right? Together they will paint more of the room. So you have to do working. So make the denominator the same. So you get 5/15 plus 3/15. That will be 8/15. So which means that, wow, now together they paint how many parts? They paint 8 parts together in one day. But is the room painted yet? No, the room has a total of 15 parts, but they only painted 8 parts only in one day. Then how long will they take to paint 15 parts? Then what do? The whole room, which is one whole, which is 15/15, right? How long will they take to paint one whole? You go and divide by 8/15, which is one day, right? One day they painted 8/15, right? Then go and divide. How do you divide? Keep, change, and flip. Okay, keep, change, flip, right? And then go and cancel lah. So how do you cancel? Cancel 15, become 1 and 1. Cannot cancel already, multiply. 15 times 1 and 1 times 8. And then 15 divided by 8, change it to a mixed number. So that will be 1 and 7/8 days. So they will take 1 and 7/8 days to paint the same room together. Do you understand? Okay, so now you know how to do already, So questions like that, similar to this question, you should know how to do. Okay, let's move on. Okay, I think we can finish before 9. Leh. I thought we may take more time. Okay, question 26. Okay, now what's the answer for this one? The answer is 5 cm, the value of x. All right, how do you get 5 cm? Now, the figure shows a square and a rectangle. Both shapes have the same parameter. So please go and find the parameter of the square, which is 24 cm. And what's the parameter of the rectangle? You will have to add all the sides together. And if you are confident, you just x plus x plus x plus x, 4x. Okay, then 8 plus 8, 4x plus 16, which is the parameter of the rectangle. Okay, so the parameter of the rectangle is the same as the parameter of the square, so equal. All right, okay, Billing. Then you find 4x is how many? 24 minus hang on, let me double check first, because when I minus I get 8. Let me double check, is there a mistake? 1, 2, 3, 4, 4x plus 16, right? And then 6 times 4, 24. No mistake, X is equal to 2, right? Okay, give me a while first. Let me. Oh, okay, Mr. Write the answer wrongly. X is equal to 2 cm. Oh dear. So the answer is X equal to 2 cm. So do you get the answer correct now? Hmm. Miss Tong put down the answer wrongly. Okay. Okay, you know what happened? Miss Tong can find the area of the square. 6 times 6, 36. So this become 36, which is wrong. Okay, so be careful. So you're supposed to find the perimeter of the square. So you should take 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6. Okay, so X is equal to 2 cm, and that's the answer. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Okay, next one. Question 27. Now, question 27, some of you have done this way. Okay, I'm not going to do this way because it's going to take a lot of time. I don't know whether you did this way, right? Now, I will just quickly show you this method, which is also a method, but it will take quite a bit of time. So the first row is how many students? Okay, and by the way, what's the answer first? Now, the answer is 9. Okay, 9 pupils. All right. Now, how to get 9 pupils? The method that you see now is called listing. Okay, listing. So Mrs. Ong gave her students some pencils. If she give each student 11 pencils, she will have 5 pencils left. She give each student 8 pencils. Each, there'll be 32 pencils left. How many pencils did she have altogether? The first row is how many students? Okay, the first row. Okay. Second row is, okay, by the way, don't copy this. Miss Ong just show you the method. Next time you are aware because you can also use the method here. Now, second row is each person get how many pencil? 11. And then she will have 5 pencils left over. So plus 5. So 11 plus 5 equals 16, right? So the method is quite easy to what? Easy to use, right? All you have to do is just go and find the multiples, and then 22 plus 5 will be 27, then plus 5. So you have to be very careful when you add, okay, and you will get all these numbers, okay, all these numbers, right? Okay, then how about the second table? The same thing. The first row is how many students, okay, and then then everyone will get 8 pencils each, and there'll be 32 pencils left over. So you have to plus. Leftover means excess. Excess means you plus. So there'll be 40. Then 16, 3 times 8, 4 times 8, 5 times 8. Then you have to add 16 plus 32. Wow, so there's a lot of this adding and a lot of this working. Then you have 56. Okay, don't copy because I show you something over here. Now, you will have to keep writing, keep finding, keep finding, keep finding, keep finding until what? Until you have a same number in the last row. So for example, let's jump straight to 9. Okay, 9. Okay, so if there are 9 students, how many pencil? 9 times 11, 99. 99 plus 5, 104. 9 times 8, 72. 72 plus 32 is 104. So you have to keep writing 5, 6, 7, 8 until 9. So by the time you get the same number already, you have wasted about 15 minutes or 10 minutes. So that's a lot of time taken. So is there a faster way to get the answer? Yes, there's a faster way to get the answer. But before that, did anyone do this way to get the answer? Anyone do this? No, right? Oh, then you must have known the faster way. So the faster way is to draw your model. Mr. Ong or Mrs. Ong gave a student some pencil. The rectangle is the pencil. If she gave every student 11 pencils each, she will have 5 pencils left. Okay, these are 5 pencils left. And if she give each student 8 pencils each, what happened? 8 pencils each. Oh, sorry, let me just write down. She will have 5 pencils left, right? And then this is the leftover. And if she give each student 8 pencils each, there will be 32 pencils, 32 pencils left. Okay? So everybody gets how many pencil? Everybody gets 11 pencil each. So let me just put down 11. Okay, there are we don't know how many students. So there is a division model, there's a broken model, there's a dashes, right? This is the first student, this is the last student, and then the next one will be if you give each student 8 pencils each, and then what will happen? There will be 32 pencils left over. All right. Okay, so that's the model. So what do you do? What do you do from this model? You compare each person. Each person has how many more? 11 minus 8, you get 3. All right, 3. Then you take 32 minus 5, okay, and you will get 27. And then what do you do later? Then you just take 27, divide by 3, and you will also get 9. Okay, so that is a bit faster. Okay, Mom, Miss Long don't really have time to really tell you why is it like that? Okay, why is it like that? So maybe later on or in my lessons, I will talk to you about this. What does it mean? But otherwise, you can do this way, which is a bit longer, but more easy to understand. Okay, got it? So there are two ways to do the listing method, or you can draw the model. The model can be a bit hard to understand, but it can be very fast to get the answer. The listing method is easier to understand, but tedious. Okay, you have to do a lot of numberings. You have to write a lot of numbers. Okay, all right, let's go to question 28. Anyone get 9? Do you get 9? Okay, okay, good. All right, how about Aubrey? Do you get 9? Nope. No. Okay. But now you understand how to get 9, yeah? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Any questions? No questions. Okay, let's move on. Question 28, open eyes, open ears, very big. Or Mr. should put a special star. A special star. Why special star? Because you will see this question sooner or later if you are lucky or unlucky. Lucky if you learn already. Unlucky if you haven't learned, then you see this question that you don't know how to do. Okay, the figure shows a semicircle with a center O and a triangle ABO. Where's the triangle ABO? Which is this one. Okay, this is a triangle that you're looking at, and then there's an OCD. Right, where's the triangle? Here, OCD. And I think some of you don't know how to do, right? Most of you may not know how to get the answer. So, and then OAB equal 26 and OCD 72 degrees. So what is VOC? Okay, I am going to give the answer first. And if you get the answer correct, I think you know how to do. Is your answer 16 degrees? Nobody gets 16. Anybody get 16? No one, nobody. Then you haven't learned yet. Okay, you haven't learned yet. Okay, now this is related to circles. The angles and circles are related. What do you know about circles? When you see a semicircle, what do you call this and what do you call this? They are called radius. Am I correct? Okay. And from here to here, isn't that radius also? From the center of the circle to anywhere on the semicircle, on the circumference, on the curved line, that is also a radius. And if this is also a radius, look at my green colored lines. If they are also radius, then are they equal? Because they are the same radius, right? And therefore, this triangle must be isosceles triangle. Do you know that it was an isosceles triangle? And then I want you to look at the next one. Do you see this? Let me use a different color. This is the radius also, the radius. And from the center to anywhere on the curved line is also radius. That's also radius. So you have two radius which are the same. So isn't this triangle another isosceles triangle? So if you see a triangle inside a semicircle or a circle, then the triangle is isosceles. Why? Because the two sides of the triangle, they are radius. They are the same radius. Okay, then this is 26. And can you find this angle here? So 180 minus 26 and minus 26. You will get 128. All right? And then can you find this angle here? So 180 minus 72 and minus 72, you will get 36. And then you can get the angle in the middle, which is what you want. BOC. That is the angle that you want to find. So you take 180, right? 180, which is angle on the straight line, minus 128, minus 36. Answer 16 degrees. Do you understand? Okay. Okay. This is the first time you see something like that. You see angles in the semicircle. So what's so special? The triangles inside the semicircle, they are isosceles triangles. And once you know that, you can solve already. Okay, any question? No question, huh? Okay. So which means that you should get these kind of questions correct next time. Okay, let's go to the next one. Charlene, okay, Charlene? Okay, let's go to question 29. Okay, question 29, very common question. So you should know how to do because we talked about that before. 20%, change it to fraction. 20 over 100, 1/5. Okay, and then we're going to use the ratio method because ratio method is a bit easier to understand, even though there may seem to be more steps. Like I think Ruel told me that you did something else, which is which is maybe lesser steps or something. So we're going to use ratio to solve this. How do we do that? 2/9 of the rectangle is shaded. Break up the fraction into ratio. So the rectangle is 2, right? Oh, sorry, the rectangle is 9. Okay, 9, because the denominator points to the denominator is talking about the rectangle, right? The rectangle has total 9, 9, whatever, and 2 is shaded. Okay, so that's how you break up into ratio. All right, so you must know how to break out the fraction, right, into units. So rectangle got 9 units, and 2 is shaded. How about the triangle? Okay, and this ratio has no total because there's no countable things. No people, no animals, so no countable things. So there's no total. And the triangle is how many? Look at the denominator. Triangle is 5. And the shaded will be how many? The shaded is 1. Are you clear? Okay, must know how to do this, how to convert the fraction to ratio. And then once you have these two ratio already, do you see something similar? The shaded is the same, but numbers are not the same. So what must you do? Make the number equal. Okay, so you have 1 times 2, 5 times 2, and this is still the same. So once you have the shaded the same already, they are one big ratio. Then you have to put the units into your diagram. So 2 units are shaded, and the rectangle is 9 units minus 2. So you have 7 units, rectangle not shaded. And the unshaded triangle is 10 minus 2, 8 units. So 8 units of the triangles are not shaded. So what's the ratio of the shaded to the whole figure? So you have 2 units is shaded, and the whole figure, you add them together, that will be 17. Is your answer 2 is to 17? Correct? How about Bailing? Correct? Okay, now if you didn't get it correct, then you must really understand how to do this. Okay, because it's
Teacher, do you add the 2 units also?
sorry, Rubel, what do you say again, Rubel?
Do you also add the 2 units?
Do you add
What's
the
the
2
area of
units?
the whole figure?
Yeah, whole figure means this means 7 plus
Yeah.
2 plus 8.
Uh-huh.
Isn't that 17
Oh,
already?
okay.
Yeah, okay. So I answer your question already, yeah. Okay. So using ratio method. So ratio is a method. That's why we can do it inside this question. Okay, last one. Okay, the last one. Oh, okay, construction. Now, you will see the actual drawing later. So in the square grid, a square JKRM has been drawn. JM forms one side of a triangle. So this is a triangle. One side of the triangle is this one, and complete the drawing of the triangle so that the area of JMA is 1/3 the area of the JKLM. So you need to break up again. Must know how to break up the fractions. Very important. All right. So JMA is 1 unit, and then this JKLM is 3 unit, which is a square. All right. So first step, you need to know how to break up the fraction. Second step, do you know how to find the area of this square? How do you find the area of this square? There is a reason for all these little dots. There is a purpose. You can actually cut the square into triangles like this. Okay, cut the square into triangles. See? Right? And then you find the area of one triangle. So how to find? You have to count the dots. Count the dots. Now, you don't count here. This is your starting 0. 0. Don't count here. So where do you count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the base is 6. Are you clear? So how long is the base? 6. So please don't count the starting point. Then what's the height? This is the starting point. You count the next one. 1, 2, 3. So the height is 3. So what's the area? Half times base times height. So half times 6. 6 times 3. Okay, let me just write nicely. Half times 6 times 3, you get 9. And then the other triangle is also the same. So you have 9 plus 9 is equal to 18. How you know it's the same? Because it's a square. When you cut the square into half, isn't that two same triangles? It's a square. So the area of the square is 18. 18 units or 18 what? It's made of 18 square boxes, by the way. Do you realize that you can actually join all the dots to become square boxes, like what you saw just now, the squares. So it's made of 18 squares. Okay, 18 squares. Okay, isn't that 3 units? So if 3 units is 18 squares, then your 1 unit must be 6. So you have to draw a triangle that is made of 6 squares. So how do you draw a triangle that's made of 6 squares? Okay, so here we go. Now, I'm going to erase all this thing so that it doesn't look complicated, doesn't look so messy. So how do you draw a triangle that is made of 6 squares? You will need to always draw lines that are horizontal. And I mean, you have to when you find the base and the height, try to what? Try to count horizontally and vertically because that's where the dots are easier to count. The dots. Please don't tell Mr. Ong. Let me ask everybody. Are you going to tell Mr. Ong? How many dots is this line? It's going to be very hard, right? Very hard to find how many dots is this line. So if you want to draw the base or the height, then it's better to draw horizontally and vertically so that you can count the dots easier. Okay, so how do we do that? Now here we go. Now this is one side of the triangle. So I can start from here. I count the dots. 1, 2, 3. 3. Okay, so the height is 3. The height. So when you want to draw any base or any height, you always have to draw horizontally or vertically if you want to draw any base or any height. And if the height is 3, then what's the base? How long is the base of the triangle? So half times base, which I don't know how long, times the height, okay, which I counted 3, equal the area of the triangle is 6, which I worked out just now. So can you find what's the question mark? So what's the question mark? So you take 6 divided by 3, working backwards, 6 divided by 3, 2, and then 2 times 2. Why times 2? Because half means divide by 2. Okay, Mr. Ong say one more time. Half means divide by 2. So when you work backwards, you times 2. So let's do one more time. 6 divided by 3, right? You get 2. And then 2 times 2, you get 4. So the question mark is 4. So which means that you need to draw a base that is 4 dots. So from here, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. That is your base of the triangle. And then you connect. So then you label. So this triangle is called JMA. And how you know whether is the area correct? Then you count the dots again. From here, you count 1, 2, 3, 4. The base is 4. Then the height, from here, 0, 1, 2, 3. So the height is 3. Then half times 4 times 3. Half times 4 times 3 is how many? Half times 4 times 3 is 6, right? Half times 4 times 3 is 6. Isn't that what you want? You want 6, right? So that's how you draw the triangle. Okay? So when you construct triangles, how do you draw the base and the height? It's very hard to draw the base like this, very hard. Or very hard to draw the height like this because it's hard to count the dots. So how do you count the dots? By drawing horizontally, then you can count the dots. Or you draw vertically for the base and the height. It's easier to count the dots. So can you now understand why my base is horizontal and my height is vertical? Because it's easier to draw. Easier to draw. Understand? Okay, got it? And that's your last question already. Okay, so your triangle will look something like this. Okay, will there be other answers? Maybe. Okay, there could be other answers. As long as your triangle don't overlap and they must join together. And when you find the area, it must be 6 cm square or 6 units. Right, so it can be other drawings, but make sure that you have 6. All right, 6 in your area. Okay, any questions for this paper? So you can actually count your marks and see whether how do you do for the paper one. So and then hopefully as you keep doing the papers you'll find that you become more confident and make less mistakes. Okay, all right. So two more lessons to go. So there'll be two more Monday paper one, two more paper one lessons, and then after April we take a break again, and then we continue in June. All right. So two more lessons. All right. So there's no question. I will see you next Monday, or you can stay behind to ask me questions later. Okay. All right. So good rest. Have a good rest. I'll see you next week. Bye bye. Right. Goodbye. See you next week. Yeah. Bye bye. Okay. Anyone wants to stay behind can ask me anything.